The room is quiet. It's not a VIP section, not some backstage green room. It's just a moment. A young man who, by every metric, is a success. Major label, tours, millions of streams. He's just looking at a calendar. And he's staring at a number, 25.
And that's a number that it haunts hip-hop. But for him, it wasn't just a number. It felt more like a deadline.
He knew it. This young man, Janarious Wheeler, who the world knew as Lil Poppa, he put that fear right into his music back in 2024.
Yeah.
In a track called Reintroduction, he said, and I'm quoting here, "Pac touched 25, Biggie died at 24. And it made me nervous. I just turned the same age a couple of days ago."
He's talking about the 25 Club. I mean, we always hear about the 27 Club for rock stars, right?
Yeah.
Cobain, Hendrix, Winehouse. But in this specific world of drill rap, the clock it runs so much faster.
And that nervousness he felt, it wasn't paranoia. It was a premonition. Because today, Wednesday, February 18th, 2026, Lil Poppa, that melodic voice from Jacksonville, was pronounced dead at 11:23 a.m. by the Fulton County Medical Examiner's office. The prophecy came true. He was exactly 25.
Wow. It feels like all the air just got sucked out of the room.
It really does. And that's where we have to start today. Welcome to StarScope Report. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Jamie.
Today, we are unpacking a story that is, frankly, just heavy. We've got reports from the Hype magazine, court records from Florida, breaking news alerts, and the lyrics themselves. We're exploring what we're calling the deadly rap paradox of Jacksonville, Florida.
It really is a paradox. On one hand, you have this explosion of talent, music that's just full of pain and melody, and it tops the charts. But on the other hand, you have this cycle of violence that just refuses to let these artists go, no matter how famous they get.
So we're going to cover the breaking news of Lil Poppa's death. But to really understand it, we can't just look at today. We have to go back to the assassination of his rival, Julio Fulio, in 2024. And we have to unpack this. I mean, it's a Shakespearean betrayal and the trial of another rapper, K-Su.
It's a web, Jordan. It's not just random acts. It's a story that's been writing itself for years and today. Today feels like the final chapter of an era.
So let's start with the news right now. Lil Poppa. Janarious Wheeler, 25 years old. Looking at the sources, this doesn't seem like an artist who is still deep in the life.
Yeah.
He really seemed to be making a turn.
That's what makes this so gut-wrenching. He had all this momentum. He wasn't on the decline. He had just released a new single, Out of Town Bae, literally 5 days ago.
Out of Town Bae, even the title, that suggests distance, getting away.
Exactly. It was supposed to be a Valentine's Day track, and he had just finished the Almost Normal Again tour, which had this triumphant final stop right in his hometown, Jacksonville.
Think about that title. Almost Normal Again.
Right. He was striving for it. He just wanted to be a regular guy who happened to be a star.
And going back to your hometown like that, that's supposed to be the victory lap, the I made it out moment.
And he was promoting a birthday bash concert for next month in New Orleans. He was telling fans, come celebrate with me. He was supposed to turn 26. He missed it by just a few weeks.
That detail, missing the birthday. It seems to be a theme we're going to see today. But before we get into the patterns, tell me about him. Who was Lil Poppa?
Well, in Jacksonville drill, you expect a certain kind of sound. It's aggressive, it's loud. Poppa was different. He started rapping in church at age 6.
6? Seriously?
6 years old, and his name, Lil Poppa. It wasn't a street name he earned, it was a tribute. His father was known as Poppa in the community, so it was rooted in family, not the streets.
That's a huge distinction. It sounds like he's trying to report on the environment without being defined by it.
He called his own music pain music. He used auto-tune, but not just to sound cool. It was to give his voice this, weeping quality. He was talking about survivor's guilt when everyone else was bragging about their kill count.
Which brings us to Purple Hearts, the song that really put him on the map. I was reading the lyrics. It's not a flex.
No, not at all. That song is about him surviving a shooting that killed 2 of his friends. He felt guilty. Right. He felt guilty that he was the one who lived. And now, here we are.
The irony is just tragic. But you keep mentioning the specifics of Jacksonville. Can you explain that ecosystem? Why is it different from Atlanta or LA?
Okay, so, simply put, Jacksonville drill isn't just music. It's a scoreboard. In a lot of rap, you brag about cars, money. In this scene, the currency is violence. The lyrics are like direct call-outs to real murders.
So it's not a metaphor.
It's the opposite of a metaphor. It's basically a confession on a beat. And because of social media, because of YouTube, the violence gets monetized. You diss an opponent who died, your views go up, you make a threat, your streams go up. The algorithm rewards the war, but the war has real bullets.
And that's the paradox. To get famous, you have to be part of it. But if you're part of it, you might not live long enough to enjoy being famous.
Precisely. And the scene is split into these like massive warring factions. You've got Six Block, which was Julio Fulio's crew, and then ATK, which was connected to Papa's circle.
And this feud wasn't just for show.
Oh no, it's a blood feud. It's been going on for years. And that tension just snapped in 2024 with the death of Julio Fulio.
Let's go there. Because to understand today, you have to understand what happened to his rival, June 23, 2024. Tampa.
Right. And notice the setting again. This wasn't some back alley deal. It was a celebration.
Paint the picture for us.
Julio Fulio, Charles Jones, is celebrating his 26th birthday. He's at an Airbnb, but the party gets too big. He's famous. Cops show up, kick everyone out.
Which happens. It's a party foul. But in that world, being forced to move, that's dangerous.
Very. He has to relocate. He checks into a Holiday Inn. It's super late, like 4 in the morning. He's in the parking lot. And that's when the ambush happens.
And the ambush. That means it was planned.
For sure. The reports say 2 cars were shot up. It was a targeted hit. They were following him. They knew where he'd be.
And Fulio was killed. His girlfriend, Manny, posted something online that, it just breaks your heart. She wrote, "Y'all took my boyfriend from me. I won't be the only one crying."
And that's the part we forget. We see the headline, rapper shot, but there's a girlfriend, a mom, a family just shattered.
And the pattern. It's terrifying. Both Papa and Fulio died around 25, 26. Both were celebrating, or about to. Fulio on his birthday weekend. Papa weeks before his birthday bash.
It's the ultimate tragedy of celebrating. The moments you should be safest, enjoying your success, are when you're the most vulnerable. You let your guard down. You post your location.
And being seen is deadly. After Fulio's murder, Sheriff T.K. Waters said something that stuck with me. He called these games, but said they have permanent consequences.
It's not a video game. There's no respawn button. That's the paradox.
If you're finding this deep dive valuable and want to keep up with the real stories behind the headlines, please hit that subscribe button. We track the industry's most shocking twists every week.
Seriously, the work that goes into connecting these dots is huge. You don't want to miss it.
So we've talked about the physical cost of this war, death. But there's another cost, freedom. While some rappers lose their lives, others lose their freedom. And sometimes it involves just unbelievable betrayal. We have to talk about Kesu.
Oh, this part of the story is like something out of a Greek tragedy. If you wrote this in a movie script, they'd say it's too unrealistic.
So, set the stage. Kesu Hakeem Robinson, he was a big name in the ATK crew. He was on trial for the murder of a guy named Charles McCormick, and this all went down in July 2025.
And for context, McCormick had apparently made a diss track mocking the death of Kesu's stepbrother. So again, the music and the violence are completely tied together.
Kesu is facing life in prison, standard trial stuff, until the prosecution calls its star witness,
Abdul Robinson Sr.,
Kesu's own father.
Can you imagine that? You're sitting there fighting for your life, and the man walking to the stand to testify against you is the man who raised you.
The court records are just brutal. His dad didn't just give some vague testimony. He identified his own son in security footage. He pointed at him. He basically handed the prosecution a conviction.
And the jury, they didn't take long.
3.5 hours.
3.5 hours, that's nothing. And in a murder trial, that's a slam dunk. They must have walked in that room and just said, well, his own dad said he did it.
Guilty. Life in prison. And this is where the whole paradox just crystallizes for me. You look at the two sides here. On one side, you have Kesu.
Right. Kesu was the enforcer. He embraced the violence. That was his brand. And he lost his freedom, betrayed by his own family.
And then you have Lil Poppa,
who tried so hard to be different.
He did. He called himself antisocial in interviews. He was trying to stay in his own lane, focus on the melodic side. He was signed to Interscope, working with huge stars like Polo G and Yo Gotti.
He was trying to bridge the gap. He had an album, We Are Who We Are, where he got legends like Boozy on it. He's trying to turn that street pain into art, into a way out.
But the paradox is that the environment doesn't care. It claimed him anyway. Whether you're the shooter or the storyteller, that gravity is just too strong.
It just pulls everyone down. Papa literally rapped about survivor's guilt. He felt bad that he lived when his friends didn't. And now it's like he just couldn't outrun that narrative.
It's so heavy. And we've talked about the deaths, the trials. But there's one final haunting piece of this. A message Lil Poppa left about his own fate that just changes everything.
It really does. It stops being entertainment and it starts sounding like a cry for help.
We'll get to that. But first, let's just take a breath. What did we actually lose today?
We lost a father. I mean, Papa talked all the time about doing this for his son. He said, I do this S for my little boy. He deserves everything. And now that boy has to grow up without a dad.
And we lost a major talent. This wasn't some local SoundCloud rapper. He was on his way. He had crossed over.
He was so close to being permanently out. He had the deal, the fans. He was almost there.
Let's go back to those lyrics in the beginning. That prophecy. Pac died at 25.
The 25 Club.
He wasn't glorifying it. He was terrified of it. He said, it made me nervous.
That vulnerability, that's what made him different. Most rappers put on this front, I am invincible. Papa was brave enough to say, I'm scared. And he had every reason to be.
And that leads to a really hard question for all of us. As fans listening to this pain music, what's our role here?
That's the uncomfortable truth, isn't it? Lil Poppa did an interview a few years ago. They asked him about using Percocets. And usually you hear rappers talk about partying.
What does he say?
He said, I don't want to feel the S I'm going through. He wasn't popping pills to get high. He was popping them to numb the pain of losing his friends, of looking over his shoulder, of knowing that number, 25, was coming for him.
We're streaming their trauma. We are dancing to their pain. We buy the concert tickets to watch them relive it on stage. And when the music stops, like it did today, we're all left wondering why.
We have to realize the stories aren't fiction. They're documentaries. And the end of this one, it's just a tragedy.
Lil Poppa, dead at 25. Julio Fulio, dead at 26. Susu, life in prison. The Jacksonville rap paradox isn't just a theory, it's a graveyard.
And a prison yard.
Yeah. We'll keep following this story as it develops, but for now, the music really does speak for itself. Out of Town Bae is out. Listen to it. Really listen.
Hear the human being behind the mic.
You've been listening to StarScope Report. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Jamie.
Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining even when they burn out too soon.